that I reached out to him, he didn't want to talk. That wasn't true.
Right.
That wasn't true. That I think 2 nights later, he said I reached out to Chris and he didn't want to talk. That wasn't true.
Tony Rock, Chris Rock's younger brother, has said that Will Smith lied about calling his brother after the famous slap at the 94th Academy Awards. Tony recently said on Big Boy's Neighborhood that Smith's claim that Chris wasn't ready to talk after getting hit was not true. Smith has said in a video that he tried to talk to Chris, but the comedian told him he wasn't ready to talk yet. Complex says that Tony said he knew that wasn't true and that Chris was ready to talk. That wasn't true, he said again, firmly. 2 nights later, I think he said, I tried to talk to Chris, but he didn't want to talk. That did not happen. Tony had said before that Smith hit his brother because Jada Pinkett Smith was friends with the late rapper Tupac. Tony also said that Will Smith was a good friend of his and that he was sorry he hadn't tried to make up with him. I've never changed my telephone number, so I just thought that one day he'd call and say, hey, let's just talk. I guess it won't happen because it hasn't happened yet, he said. So what happened that day? Will Smith stormed the Oscars stage on March 27, 2022 and hit Chris Rock in the face on live TV. It's been almost a year since that happened. During the Academy Awards, Rock made a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, which caused a tense moment. I adore you, Jada. I can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2. The comedian jokes about the actress' bald head, which Rock didn't know was caused by alopecia. Pinkett Smith rolled her eyes as Smith laughed. Soon after, the actor who played King Richard got on stage to hit Rock. Rock tried to keep talking, but Smith yelled from his place, "Don't say my wife's name!" Since then, Smith has apologized several times, and other people who were there have talked about what happened. Comedian Chris Rock has also made jokes about the evening during his shows. Acceptance speech by Will Smith, March 27, 2022. Smith won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role as Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena Williams in the movie King Richard. This happened soon after the event. Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family, Smith said in his winning speech, referring to the viral moment. Then he talked about some of his co-stars in King Richard. At this point in my life, I'm overwhelmed by what God is calling me to do and be in the world. During the making of this movie, I got to guard Anjanou Ellis, who is one of the toughest and kindest people I've ever met. I was told to watch out for the actress who plays Venus and Serena, Sania Sidney, and Demi Singleton. People are calling me to love people, stand up for people, and be a river for my people. Now I know that you have to be able to take abuse if you want to do what we do. You have to be someone that people love to talk about. In this job, you have to be able to deal with people treating you badly. And you have to smile and act like everything is fine, he said, his eyes getting teary. Denzel Washington just told me, when you're at your best, that's when the devil comes for you. Smith then apologized, but he didn't say anything about Rock. He cried, I want to apologize to the Academy and to my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying because I won an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to show everyone what's going on. Art is a copy of life. I look like the Mad Dad, just like they said, just like Richard Williams. Love will make you lose your mind. On March 28, 2022, Chris Rock said he won't press charges. Investigative units of the LAPD are aware of a situation involving 2 people during the Academy Awards show, the department said in a statement, which was picked up by NBC. In the end, someone hit someone else. The person has failed to give a report to the police. If the person wants to get a police record later, the LAPD will be ready to finish an investigation. According to NBC News, Rock's representatives didn't respond to requests for comment, and top LAPD sources said that police usually don't do anything in this kind of suspected misdemeanor battery investigation unless the victim wants to press charges or help fill out an incident report. On March 28, 2022, the Academy will make a statement and start a formal review. The group said on Twitter, the Academy does not agree with any kind of violence. Tonight, we're thrilled to honor the 94th Academy Award winners who have earned this moment of praise from their peers and moviegoers all over the world. Later, in a statement to Billboard, the Academy said, "The Academy condemns Mr. Smith's actions on the show last night. We've started a formal investigation into the incident and will consider further action and consequences in accordance with our bylaws, standards of conduct, and California law." On March 28, 2022, Will Smith says sorry. In an Instagram post, Smith said he was sorry for what he'd done. All kinds of violence are harmful and poisonous. Last night at the Oscars, I did some bad things that I can't explain. A joke about Jada's health was too much for me to handle and I got angry, Smith wrote in a long post. I'd like to apologize to you in writing, Chris. I was wrong and out of line. I'm ashamed, and what I did was not the kind of guy I want to be. A world of love and peace has no place for violence. He continued, I'd also like to apologize to the Academy, the show's producers, everyone who was there, and everyone watching around the world. I'm sorry to the Williams family and to the King Richard family. I'm very sorry that my actions have ruined what would have been a wonderful trip for all of us. I'm still being worked on. Chris Rock will finally speak out on March 30th, 2022. The comedian talked about the event for the first time in public during his stand-up show in Boston. According to Variety, he asked the crowd, "How was your weekend?" And they all laughed out loud. I don't have a bunch of nonsense to say about what happened, so if that's what you came to hear, I'll have a whole show ready by this weekend. What happened is still hard for me to understand, so I'll talk about that crap at some point. It'll be important and funny at the same time. The crowd then started yelling, "Fuck Will Smith," which you can hear in this audio clip that Variety posted on Instagram. On April 1st, 2022, Will Smith will quit the Academy. Will Smith said in a statement that was released by The Hollywood Reporter that he was heartbroken and would accept any punishment for what he did. What I did at the 94th Academy Awards was shocking, hurtful, and totally unacceptable, Smith said in a statement. The list of people I've hurt is long, and it includes Chris, his family, many of my close friends and loved ones, everyone in the room, and the people around the world watching at home. I broke the trust of the Academy. It took away the chance for other nominees and winners to celebrate and be praised for their great work. I'm heartbroken. I want to put the spotlight back on the people who deserve it and let the Academy get back to the great work it does to encourage creativity and skill in film. Smith's departure means that he can no longer vote in the Academy Awards, but he can still be nominated, attend future ceremonies, and keep the trophy he won. We've received and accepted Mr. Will Smith's immediate resignation from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the Academy said in a statement. We'll keep going with our disciplinary actions against Mr. Smith for breaking the Academy's standards of conduct before our next board meeting on April 18th. Thanks for watching this video.